Hello friends, continuing with the subject health education and community pharmacy. In that second chapter we have already started nutrition and health. In last lecture we have covered the carbohydrates and the first carbohydrates already they are covered. After that we have covered fats and proteins, isn't it? Now in this, as the contents are displayed on your screen, so till proteins we have covered. Today we will start with vitamins. Now the word vitamin that comes from Latin word vita means life. So vital word itself means which is very important, isn't it? Now vitamins are organic chemical substances and they are complex which are very necessary essential for normal growth and development. They do not supply energy just like fats, carbohydrates. We have seen that they supply energy to our body, but these vitamins they are needed in very small amount for growth and maintenance, maintaining good health, isn't it? These vitamins they act as a catalyst also. Catalyst means so many reactions can be carried out in presence of vitamins. Now everybody must eat certain amount of vitamins to stay healthy, and these vitamins we get through balanced diet. What is balanced diet? Later on we will study about balanced diet also. So food that we take, santulit ahar, that is balanced diet. Through that we get these vitamins to our body. Now vitamins are chemicals found in very small amount in many different food articles. So these different food articles when we eat interchangeably, so these vitamins they are supplied to our body, isn't it? Now these are very much important as the word indicates vital, isn't it? Now these vitamins they can give rise to uh, diseases if they are taken in higher amount, excess amount, or their deficiency also can give rise to deficiency disorders. Now in vitamins what is important I will let you know. The question is asked on daily requirement, isn't it? What is the daily requirement of vitamin? So we will see the classification also, their sources you must know, their functions and deficiency diseases. So these four things are important in case of vitamins. Again I repeat, the daily requirement of vitamin, then the sources, functions and deficiency diseases. Now the important characteristics of these vitamins, they are required in small quantity, isn't it? They are required in very minute amount, isn't it? And they are present in food because they cannot be synthesized by the body. So they are to be taken from outside through food. Then there are two categories of vitamins. We will see the classification also. So water soluble vitamins cannot be stored in human tissues. Their excess is excreted with urine. Then significant amount of fat soluble vitamin can be stored in adipose tissue and liver. Synthetic vitamins are identical to natural vitamins. So nowadays so many vitamin preparations, multivitamin tablets, multivitamin capsules, or in the form of syrups also they are available. So these multivitamin preparations are given to maintain the growth of the person. Once growth and development are completed, vitamins remain essential nutrients for healthy maintenance. So, first growth is important. After the completion of the growth and development of the body, then maintenance is important. So, these vitamins play in maintenance of cells, tissues, and organs also. Now, why these vitamins are necessary? Why are they good for us? Just to make you understand in simpler way, that greater need due to worse environment. Now nowadays regarding environment also we will study in later on in environment and health chapter. So nowadays we see that the environment is not clean, pollution of environment is there, isn't it? So due to environmental changes or imbalance in environment also, there is the greater need of these vitamins. Then on the same time, most of the people, their immune power, their defense mechanism is weak. So when climate changes, they suffer from the infection. So to improve immunity also vitamins are important. Then the next one is that it prevents illnesses. That means that diseases can be prevented by these vitamins, and these can also slow down the aging, isn't it? So this is the importance of vitamins. Now classification we will see. There are two main classes of vitamins. So many times the question is asked that define vitamins, classify them with examples. So the two classes are there, and these vitamins are classified on the basis of their solubility, isn't it? One is fat soluble vitamins. So vitamins that dissolve in fat, they are called fat soluble vitamins, because fat is easily stored in our body. So fat soluble vitamins can be stored within our fat. This means they can accumulate and be saved for later use in body also. Now the four main important fat soluble vitamins are vitamin A, vitamin D, vitamin E and vitamin K. This is the first category. Then second category is water soluble vitamins. Now vitamins that dissolve in water, so their solubility is in water. Because our body is a watery environment, so these vitamins can move throughout our body very easily, and they can also get flushed out by the kidneys, so they can be removed easily from our body also. Now water soluble vitamins include B complex vitamins and vitamin C. Now there are few important B complex vitamins. We will study one by one: B1, B2, B3, B5, B6, B7, 9 and 12. So I will give you the other name of these vitamins also, where we will discuss separately. So this is the classification of vitamins. One is fat soluble vitamins, vitamin A, D, E and K, and other is water soluble vitamins, and in that B complex vitamins and vitamin C. This is another type of classification, just for your understanding, that vitamins are classified in two sections: water soluble and fat soluble, as we have seen earlier. So in that water soluble, as I said, B complex and vitamin C. So vitamin C, we can say it is a non B complex vitamin, vitamin C, that is ascorbic acid. Then B complex vitamins, there they are energy releasing. So in this, some of the important that we are going to discuss, that is B1, the other name is thiamine, B2 riboflavin, B3 niacin, biotin, that is B7, and pantothenic acid, that is B9. Now the fat soluble vitamins, only four in this category are there. Vitamin A, other name is retinol. Vitamin D, that is cholecalciferol. Then vitamin K is there, isn't it? And the fourth one is vitamin E, that is the tocopherol. Now one by one we will discuss. Today we will finish up only fat soluble vitamins, isn't it? all four fat soluble vitamins we will discuss. Again I repeat कि here you must know daily requirement, then the important functions of vitamin, their sources and deficiency disorders. First we will cover vitamin A. Now in vitamin A, you see these are the important sources of vitamin A. You must know the names diagrammatically. Just this is uh, I am giving you just to make you understand easily the important sources. Now important sources here, animal source is also important. Here the cod liver oil and shark liver oil are the very rich sources of vitamin A. Then apart from this, milk, butter, ghee, eggs and fish, isn't it? These are the important animal source uh, ingredients which contain a rich amount of vitamin A. Then vegetable sources also we will see carrots, isn't it? Then papaya, squash, broccoli, apricot, peaches, melon, mangoes, sweet potato, isn't it? Pepper, avocado. These are vegetable sources. So in upper section you will find the animal source like meat, eggs and cheese, isn't it? Milk is also the source, butter, ghee, isn't it? Fish, and following other rest are the vegetable sources. These are important sources of vitamin A. Now functions and deficiencies simultaneously we will cover of this vitamin A. Again I repeat, the other name for vitamin A I have given you is retinol, isn't it? Now the important functions are that it helps in vision, isn't it? It helps in vision. For vision it is very important. Then promotion of growth and differentiation of tissues, isn't it? So it promotes the growth, isn't it? And also differentiation of tissues. Then maintenance and differentiation of immune system, isn't it? Cells, epicelles and mucus secreting cells, isn't it? Now the daily requirement also you must know of vitamin A for adults is 5000 international units. So most of the requirement in case of vitamins it is given in international units. So the daily dose is 5000 international units. But in children's and in females who are pregnant, who are feeding their child, so they may require even higher amount also, like it may be in between 6000 to 8000 international units also. Now the deficiency of vitamin A related to eyes. Now as it is useful for eyes, so if deficiency is there, it gives rise to night blindness, xerophthalmia, keratomalacia. Then other than eye, the other manifestations or deficiency disorders if we talk, so that is vulnerability of infection, that means sensitivity to infection. The person is more prone for many infections. Growth retardation, growth will get affected. Impotency and toed skin, means the skin is very rough and thick, isn't it? Now related to eyes we have seen night blindness, xerophthalmia, keratomalacia. So we will see that how the eyes are getting affected. This is xerophthalmia disorder which is seen in case of child, isn't it? So how the eyes get affected, isn't it? Diagrammatically you can understand the deficiency disorder of vitamin A, that is xerophthalmia. Then in severe cases, severe effects of vitamin A deficiency on eyes also can be seen. So diagrammatically you can understand the vitamin A deficiency. If it is for longer period of time, so eyes get affected. Then the other deficiency disorder, as we have seen, that is the keratomalacia, isn't it? And apart from that, keratinization. So whatever the keratin deposition is taking place on the skin, and the skin becomes reddish. So keratinization is another deficiency disorder, isn't it? So that is all about vitamin A. We have discussed about the sources, daily requirement, functions and deficiency disorders. Next vitamin is vitamin D. Now vitamin D, actually there are two types in this vitamin D. That means those are two precursors, we can say, isn't it? So that is ergocalciferol and cholecalciferol, D2 and D3. This is just for your information. And this vitamin D, that is uh, it gets to our body through ultraviolet rays which are present in sunlight. Other than that, the other sources of vitamin D we will see like milk, isn't it? Then herring, mushroom, then cod liver oil, then ergot, egg yolk, butter, isn't it? So, cod liver oil, halibut liver oil, these are also rich sources of vitamin D, isn't it? Sunlight is important natural source of vitamin D. So whatever ultraviolet rays are there present in sunlight, they convert ergosterol that is found in skin to vitamin D2 and D3, isn't it? So this vitamin D can get synthesized in the skin, isn't it? Depends upon the exposure of our body to the sun, isn't it? The daily requirement of vitamin D is 1000 international units. Now, vitamin D functions, it promotes the absorption of calcium, which is essential to development of healthy bones and teeth. So in our body, the absorption and whatever the transportation of these constituents is there, that can take place in presence of vitamins. If vitamin deficiency is there, and even if the calcium is present in our body, but still it will not get absorbed, and it will give rise to not only the vitamin D deficiency but also calcium deficiency also. Now vitamin D deficiency we will see. Now this vitamin D deficiency gives rise to rickets, isn't it? And dental caries in children and osteomalacia in adults. So we will see this one by one. Now rickets, that is nothing but the impaired mineralization of growing bones due to deficiency in calcium and phosphorus. So because of vitamin D deficiency, the calcium and phosphorus, they are not getting absorbed properly, and therefore the growth of the bones that get affected in case of children's. So in figure you can see the child who is suffering from rickets, isn't it? Then whatever the calcium and phosphorus is there, being vitamin D deficiency is there, so that will not get absorbed, and that is that calcium and phosphates or phosphorus that gets lost from the body, isn't it, through feces. This is another figure which will show you the deficiency of vitamin D in children and adults also. In children's, deficiency is called rickets, isn't it? So whatever the bones are there, bones specifically of the legs, isn't it? So the growth is affected, and even if they are long, but when the child uh, tends to walk, so those bones they get bent, isn't it? They cannot withstand the weight of the child, body weight of the child, isn't it? So in first figure, the rickets, the child is suffering from rickets, and in another, osteomalacia, as I said, is in case of adults. So osteomalacia is softening of bones caused due to deficiency of vitamin D. Next vitamin is vitamin E. Now the other name for vitamin E is tocopherol. It is also called anti-sterility factor, isn't it? It is a fat soluble vitamin, isn't it? The important sources you will see of vitamin E, it is present in the wheat germ oil, corn, eggs, milk, soybean, isn't it? And meat also contain vitamin E, as well as rice. Now this vitamin E, what is the role of vitamin E, that also we will discuss. Now it protects cell membrane and tissues from damage by oxidation. So it acts as a protective. It aids in formation of red blood cells, RBC, and the use of vitamin K. Then it promotes function of a healthy circulatory system, isn't it? Now, therapeutically, vitamin E, it is useful in preventing abortion. So this is more useful in case of females, isn't it? In certain menstrual disorders, the abortion can be prevented, and also it improves lactation in case of females, isn't it? It plays important role in maintenance of structural and functional features of smooth muscles, cardiac muscles, and skeletal muscles, isn't it? These are important functions of vitamin E. Now, deficiency of vitamin E, that give rise to neuromuscular problems, neurological problems, anemia, retinopathy, impairment of immune response, isn't it? Then the daily requirement of vitamin E in adults is 10 mg. 10 mg is the daily dose. Then we will see vitamin K. Now, vitamin K is the fourth one, fat soluble vitamin. It is stable to heat. It is essential for normal coagulation of blood, isn't it? And necessary for formation of prothrombin. Now, what is prothrombin? It is a coagulating factor, blood coagulating factor, isn't it? So regarding in HAP, you will learn about all these clotting factors and blood, isn't it? Now, sources we will see of this vitamin K. This vitamin K is present in abundant amount in spinach, coriander leaves, cabbage, isn't it? Alfalfa, broccoli, and certain fruits also like guava, pea, isn't it? So these are the rich sources of vitamin K. Now bacteria present in intestine also produces required amount of vitamin K. So in our intestine bacterial flora is there. So that bacterial flora also plays role in producing the required amount of vitamin K in our body. Now functions of vitamin K. Vitamin K is needed for synthesis of 7 blood clotting factors. So as I said, I gave you one example also of prothrombin, which is a blood clotting factor. So synthesis of these clotting factors take place in presence of vitamin K. Then vitamin K plays role in protein metabolism also. Now deficiency of vitamin K. If there is deficiency, so that is giving rise, isn't it, to tendency of hemorrhage, isn't it? So there may be blood clotting problems. Hemorrhage may be there, means loss of blood, isn't it? If blood is not getting clot, isn't it? So when bleeding is there, when cuts are there, abrasions are there, and if loss of blood is taking place, so because of deficiency of vitamin K, the blood will not get clotted because of deficiency of clotting factors, isn't it? So there will be more loss of blood taking place. Then bone marrow failure, isn't it? Now regarding bone marrow also you will learn in HAP, isn't it, where the synthesis of the cells take place, isn't it? So this deficiency of vitamin K is more common in newborn babies, isn't it? So this is about the deficiency of vitamin K, that is the blood clotting problem, hemorrhage and bone marrow failure. So here we have covered today the fat soluble vitamins, that is the vitamin A, vitamin D, vitamin E and vitamin K. In case of vitamins, only these things are very important about the daily requirement, then the functions of vitamins, deficiency disorders, isn't it, and sources. So thank you.